Why did that come back? Man, I just fixed that. Stupid auto exposure. Look at that. But if I tip it up real high, then it goes away. Hello! Here I come. Coming to get you. Do you guys remember the Sega Dreamcast? Let me get this thing up in front of my face. I love wearing these big headphones with the mic. It makes it look like I'm piloting a small airplane. So like a Piper or a Cessna or something. I know the names of airplanes. How y'all doing? So today is for the next hour and a half anyway. It is 9/9, which is traditionally the day we celebrate the Sega Dreamcast. Sega's ill-fated console that ended up being their last commercially produced console. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and then I'm going to play some games. Probably not for too long, because, I don't know, I'm tired. But I got all this stuff out, I had the idea, I was like, I'm going to put on this t-shirt, and I'm going to play some Sega Dreamcast. So that's my idea tonight. Let me see if I can pull up the comments thing too here. 1 second. 1 second, my friends. Gotta remember how to do everything. Also, I guess I'm going to preface this video a little bit. If you're somebody who watches all my videos, which I'm sure that most people are not people who watch all my videos, but I had an upload go live on Saturday, and it's a video from Centralia, Pennsylvania. Now, this is not related to the Sega Dreamcast at all, so if you're watching this in replay, skip ahead. But Centralia, Pennsylvania is an abandoned town in Pennsylvania that I don't remember when it happened, but there was a mine fire. I think it was in either the late 70s or the early 80s, and the government came in and made I don't know if they bought the people out that lived there. I'm not exactly sure how it happened, but a majority of this town by the 90s was abandoned. There was like a handful of people that still lived there. And somebody made a documentary about the town, and it follows. They talk to a number of people who used to live there, but then there's this one guy who still does live there, and he goes around and he hangs up the Christmas lights every Christmas, and it's very sweet, but also very sad for this man who lives in a town of 15 people, and he's going around hanging up Christmas decorations. But I always wanted to go there and see it. Another thing about Centralia was supposedly it's the inspiration for the town in Silent Hill, the game Silent Hill. There's a church up on a hill, and that's also in the game, and it's an abandoned town. And I don't know if that's just a parallel people drew, or if that's actually true that they are in fact similar. Actually similar things. But I always wanted to go there, and I never got around to it. And then in 2020, basically all that was left of this town was there was an abandoned stretch of highway that went through the town, but then they built a new highway and kind of routed it around the old section. So that old section of highway, which had been damaged by the mine fire, it was all uneven and stuff. They the road had just been abandoned. People were using it to do off-roading. It had been covered in graffiti, all this stuff. So in 2020, when the pandemic was happening, a lot of people went there to see to see the road, and I guess the state didn't care for that much, so they brought in a bunch of dump trucks and covered the road in small piles of dirt, like one truckload of dirt at a time. They're 4 wide and several miles long. But now it's been a couple years, so the footage in the video is from 2024 that I filmed, but you can kind of see where you can see the graffiti parts of the road, poking through there. So that's what the video is that I posted, and the sounds. I made a song on an MPC 500, which I made it like in 2019. The song, but I happened to have my MPC out, and I was goofing around with it, and I'm like, I'm gonna take these songs off and put it with this video that I shot in April. So I put the video together. The song's really annoying, so if you were gonna leave that as a comment for that video, I know, I'm aware. It might be that way on purpose, but I'm not sure. But point being, I really wanted to make a video at Centralia. We got there in April. We were on our way back from further east of there, and I'm like, this is the closest I'm ever going to be to going there. So we took like a 40-minute detour. Getting to that town was ridiculous because you got to go like up, not a mountain, but like you go up a pretty steep incline, and it's all twisty, and the roads are real narrow. Yeah, it was fine, but it's just like if I'd have known it was going to be this much stress to see something so uneventful, I maybe would have reconsidered. But I got there, and we were, within probably 50 feet of that road, and you could see that it was still all covered in dirt. So I'm like, well, I got my drone. I'll fly my drone over the road. So I did. And that's what's in the video. So, just some backstory about my most recent upload. I thought that would be a good way to start the live stream. And also, I was talking about it earlier. Stop it. No, I don't want to play Wii Sports. Oh no. Things have gone awry. Things have gone awry. Yes. And now we're kicked out of Emulation Station. That's just great. I need to take some kind of medicine for my nose. Having nose problems with my nose. Alright, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Sega Dreamcast. I'm going to go hit play on these commercials real quick so they can play in the background while I blab. And I'm going to mute it because you can't hear it anyway. Sega Dreamcast, you guys. So in 1999, we were at the tail end of the generation of consoles that included the Sega Saturn, which would be the predecessor to this device, the Sony PlayStation, the original PlayStation, and the Nintendo 64. So the first, I think it's the 6th generation of consoles, the 5th generation, I don't know. I didn't look any of this stuff up, so I'm really flying by the seat of my pants here. But whatever that generation was that included the original Xbox and the PlayStation 2, the Sega Dreamcast kicked that off, right? So we got this a whole year and like a couple months before the PS2 came out. So when the Sega Dreamcast comes out, it does pretty decent numbers. The games are pretty cool. The 3D accelerated graphics. I mean, it's at the time it was good, but when the PlayStation 2 comes out, it demolishes. I mean, it lays waste to whatever sales numbers the Dreamcast did or was going to do. And of course, the PlayStation 2 went on to become one of the best selling consoles of all time. The original Xbox comes out, and within the first year after that, because Xbox came out in 2002, I think. So it was after the original their PlayStation 2 came out. It was like a year after the PlayStation 2 came out. So Sega decides that losing market share, now being split among 4 companies because Nintendo was in there, and the Nintendo console at that time would have been the GameCube. So now they're splitting market share even further with the Microsoft entering that market, and basically Sega saw the writing on the wall at that point and pulled the plug on the Dreamcast. I think the Dreamcast existed for 3 years, as being something that was being replenished stock-wise, and they were making new iterations of the console and all that stuff. So I didn't own a Dreamcast until probably 2016. I think I bought one for like $40 off a guy on Craigslist or something. And, there are a number of issues with the Sega Dreamcast. The first issue I would point to is the controller. The controller sucks. If you're not familiar with the controller, it's here in the picture. But the cord was on the bottom and it had a little notch in the back to like wrap it around to make it normal and come out the back of the controller. I don't know. It's like I don't know. And also, it only had one analog stick. Everything else that came after that had two analog sticks. Maybe the GameCube didn't, but still, the Xbox did and the PlayStation did. So that kind of made it difficult. I think it only had two shoulder buttons instead of four. So again, though in some ways, they were first. So that was part of probably why they didn't have some of these features that would come along a little later because people saw how useful they were in these other things that had come after. So, regardless, it's been 25 years since the Sega Dreamcast launched. And again, it was the last console Sega ever made. I am personally a Sega fanboy. And I think that it's important that the in telling the story, there are a lot of differences between Sega of Japan and Sega of America and choices that they were making. For example, uh, when the Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive was still the main console they were producing and they were getting ready to introduce the Sega Saturn, I don't remember which side it was. I want to say it was Sega of America kept making these add-ons for the Sega Genesis. The Sega CD, that came out everywhere. That was fine. It's a Sega CD. Um, but when the 32X was getting ready to come out, which the 32X did not do great, but it was an add-on for the Sega Genesis. It made it a 32-bit, effectively, console. Um, they Sega of whichever one thought it was a bad idea, and they're like, "We're getting ready to introduce Sega Saturn. You don't need to do that." And I want to say it was Sega of Japan said that, and Sega of America said, "Well, these people already own these consoles. We want to sell these things anyway. We think it's a good idea." And I think that particular release was a sign of things to come, and how basically 32X was presented as a budget option to folks who didn't want to just buy a new console, which nowadays I don't think they would ever do something like that because they're going to hit you with the most expensive thing for sale. If you're trying to buy something from us, well, here's something that's very expensive. It's just how economics of today. But anyway, so now my video's over. I talked too long. God, what's this? We'll run some more Dreamcast commercials. Hopefully they're. It is thinking. This is from somebody's YouTube channel. They have an intro. I don't want to take somebody's YouTube video to make a YouTube video. Goodness. Also, didn't we already watch this commercial? Yeah, we saw this in the first one. Though we didn't see the intro, so alright, that's something. Alright, I'm gonna stop that. So anyway, hey, where'd my chat window go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, we're gonna play some Sega Dreamcast games. These are games that I own in physical form, so if it makes you feel any better, I'm only using Emulation Station for simplicity's sake, and the fact that I don't feel like trying to figure out how to hook up a Sega Dreamcast to my capture card. This window's too big. We ain't having that. That window gonna fit in there. Thanks for coming to my live stream. Oh, well, whatever. Let's do it like that. Okay. Um. Yeah. So here we are. So let's talk about a couple of these games. Crazy Taxi, of course, is I would say the quintessential Sega game, the quintessential Sega Dreamcast game. Um, because the Crazy Taxi was an arcade game to begin with, and I want to say not VMUA1. I want to say this port is a good representation of the arcade style here. I'll see 3 minutes. This was peak late 90s stuff. Look at this guy, dude. He's got a watch. He's got a Hawaiian shirt and nothing on underneath. He's balding. It's That's me. That's absolutely me. 100%. I start going in reverse. What's the matter with me? Maybe I should have practiced first. How do I go? What the hell? Oh, there we go. Run him over. I don't know how. I don't know how to back up. I don't know how to do anything. I'm a terrible driver. Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta put it in gear. There we go. Alright, dude. Where'd all my customers go? They was just right here. One thing about emulation though is I gotta play it with the controller that's not the right controller. So I gotta figure out what all the buttons do. I could have probably jumped over something, but I didn't. Oh, he's just going right there. That seems pretty easy. Yeah. See, I even forgot how to stop. Great work. Great work, everybody. Get out of the way. Get in my freaking cab. Take me by the beach. Also, this level is the same as Sonic Adventure, like this going down the hill part. It's the same hill that's in Sonic Adventure. I'm sure that's on purpose. I think it's the second one. Really saving a lot of time here. Ugh. Fans don't go sideways. Ooh, jump. Oh, I missed it. Now I gotta back up. I went too far. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get out of the freaking way. Alright, then. I hope y'all can hear the game. I know it is capturing audio, but I don't know how loud it is because my chat box is in the way and I'm playing a timed mission. I'm a man on a mission to make the whole taxi go crazy. Yes, that's how it's done. Roundabouts, you say? Safer? I don't know about that. Roundabouts, you say? You guys think Norm Macdonald's funny? It's kind of like a Norm Macdonald joke. Roundabouts, Speedy. Alright, then, I'm backing up. You should probably not wear headphones. You're gonna get hit by a crazed taxi driver. Look at this guy. Is he a priest? The priest needs a taxi ride to the church in 8 seconds? There's a biblical emergency! Oh my god, I'm gonna make it! I didn't think I was gonna make it. The game's over, though. Okay. Well, a biblical emergency! And I've been smote. Alright, well, that's Crazy Taxi. I'm sure that you're all familiar with Crazy Taxi, so... Alright, that's enough of that. There, Crazy Taxi. And then there's a sequel, of course. Crazy Taxi 2 is pretty dope. Now, you guys, listen. If you're of a certain age, as I am of this certain age in question, Daytona USA is probably one of the most important games because it was so ubiquitous at a time where you would go to a place that had no other arcade machines, but for some reason there was either Daytona USA or Cruisin' USA in whatever the establishment was. And for some reason, and also the arcade versions of these games are always hard, and it wasn't because the games were like particularly hard, it was because those machines had been beaten up so bad that like the buttons didn't work, and no one was maintaining these machines. Anyway, here's Daytona USA on the Dreamcast. But aside from the caveats, about my personal experience with Daytona USA, I will say this is a great game. It's a great racing game. It's a hard racing game. It's probably one of the hardest racing games of this time period. Why is nothing happening? I'm just in the darkness talking about. Let's restart. Thank you. Sega Dreamcast, you guys. Do you remember Sega Dreamcast? Widescreen hacks, my guy. We are in the Matrix. For sure. 100% in the Matrix. Alright, can we just get on with it, please? I don't care. I don't care. Oh, it doesn't have the song. Does it have a song? I don't know if this is the song or not. We're just gonna leave this on. I gotta take this phone call real quick. Oh, there's the... I had the game muted. What a loser. Alright. It's freaking Daytona USA, you guys. Can't believe I had the game muted that whole time. Now I can hear it in my headphones. I don't want that up there. Or to be this large. Get out of there! Why does it always do this? It's so annoying. There we go. Alright. Docs. Chat. Is it gonna put it back up there? I don't want it up there! Jeez! Now it's too freaking small. Why can't it just take, like, this portion of the screen over here? That'd be great. Alright. It's figured it out. Okay. Let's play Daytona! Ugh. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. Oh. I just say start. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
So, we're gonna play this. I'm gonna turn the volume down, though, so I can't hear. Wait a minute. That's just gonna confuse me. Alright. This is Daytona USA. Now, I've played the Sega Saturn version of Daytona USA a number of times. As far as arcade, whatchamacallit? What do you call it? Arcade, accuracy. As far as arcade accuracy, Daytona USA on Sega Saturn is closer, I'd say, to the arcade. Daytona USA on Dreamcast is more updated looking. It's a lot smoother looking. Honestly, it's kind of easier. The one on the Saturn is hard. Like, said, I wasn't even accelerating there until I realized I wasn't. I'm always getting screwed up with the buttons, because like when you emulate stuff. So I use a PlayStation 4 controller for all my emulation stuff, and like, it's fine if you're playing a Sony game, but if you're playing some other system, like, it gets confusing. Playing Sega Genesis is confusing, because that had 6 buttons. Oh, come on. Get the checkpoint. There you go. Let's go. Also, like, I haven't had to brake yet. I don't know if I was just driving slow through the real hard turn. Come on. Yeah, this is the hard turn. Okay. Oh, I gotta try that again. 12th is not acceptable. I'm really sorry about my sniffly nose, folks. We're gonna do this. We're about to do this. About to go hard. About to go hard in the paint, son. So this game has a widescreen hack on, and it's not always widescreen, and that's kind of weird. Like this is 4:3, but then the game will start, and the game plays widescreen. I don't know. How does it know? How does it know?
3, 2.
All right, this one for real, because I know how to accelerate it. I don't know if I know how to stop. I'm a wild man. So I don't know how to stop. All gas, no brakes, baby. I'm a wild man. But yeah, so in my opinion, the Saturn version of Daytona USA is better. However, the Dreamcast version might actually be, you know, a better casual game. As far as casual games go, it's a lot easier to pick this one up and play it. The Saturn one, like, really, it has a much steeper learning curve about like the steering of the car. This one, I'm just looking analog stick, which you couldn't do on the Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn only had a D-pad. How do you brake? I don't have brake lights. I can't. I can't tell if it's working or not. Yeah, 20 seconds is not enough time. I mean, I beat 12. At a checkpoint. Come on, dude. 5th place. I want to be in 1st place. This is the last lap, too. Oh, shit. Come on, for real, dude? Man, I'll start in 1st place. Anywho, that's Daytona USA on the Dreamcast. I like it. It's fun. Alright, so next game. Dead or Alive. So Dead or Alive was a franchise. It came out on multiple platforms. It's a Tecmo game, you know, like Tecmo Bowl. But I remember playing Dead or Alive on PlayStation 2 quite a bit. There's another fighting game. Well, King of Fighters Evolution obviously is my favorite, but I'm thinking maybe we'll do. Oh, and Sega sports games. So these require an honorable mention and a bit of backstory. First of all, so nowadays, if you talk about the NFL, there is one game in town for NFL video games, as far as like simulation, whatever, home console arcade games or arcade games. NFL video games. And of course, I'm talking about EA Sports and the Madden franchise of games. Now, I started doing Madden videos live. That was kind of how I was getting into this whole thing. And I was talking about the Browns a lot, and then I watched their first regular season game against the Cowboys. I don't know how much talking about the Browns I'm going to do this year because I might not have anything good to say. So, lifelong fan, guys, I'm going to just shut up. Anywho, the NFL license used to be multiple companies had it. Somehow or another, EA got together the money and whatever to basically sign an exclusive deal with the NFL for some ridiculously long amount of time. I don't know if it was 10 years or 20 years or what it was, but it's crazy because these games are 2K games. We used to call them. Remember 2K games, right? Well, now that would be like, you know, what are those called? Are they still called 2K games? I don't think so. Are they? WWE 2K? What is it? Maybe it is 2K. I don't know. But 2K games, right? So we had the NFL. Now we still have an NBA version of this game currently. We still have, I think they still do a hockey game. I don't know. I'm not big on hockey video games. But, point being, we have missed out on a level of competition from the dominant series of console football games. And that is because they're the only game in town. People complain, oh, this Madden's just like the last Madden, blah, blah, blah. That's why. Because they paid money, a lot of money, for them to be the only game in town. And honestly, that's kind of wrong. But I feel like there is this engine has certainly been updated. They made these games up until I think 2007. So I'm sure that this engine exists and is probably super polished somewhere to where you could just slap some rosters on there and it would be good to go on whatever console is currently available. So there's that. That was just a little aside. I think I will do. Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl is like a fan game, but it's like a computer game, like a Game Boy game. And then this I want to talk about too. So I'm gonna let this video play. You watch this in a little window. I'll be right back. I just refinished this table. I'm going to do a live stream where I just refinish a table. And I'm going to let it dry in real time. So you can wait 24 hours just watching the polyurethane dry on the top of a wood table. I don't know if anybody's watching. I don't know if anybody cares. But I care. I care, damn it. Why is this... It's such a pain. Here, you want to see the ceiling? But then it's like, oh, but that's not exposed properly. Damn you, Logitech. So, okay. We were talking about the Sega Dreamcast games here. Yeah. So Dead or Alive 2 is a fighting game. And, we were fighting in the game. You know, I don't have Soul Calibur, and I should, because that was a Dreamcast title to begin with. Soul Calibur was a Sega game that got ported over to everything and then continued on outside of the Dreamcast. I believe Soul Calibur 2 was the last one that was on Dreamcast proper. What do we want to do? Time attack, survival, tag battle. I don't really want to do the story because I'm trying to get through these games. Oh yeah, dude, that guy. I forgot about him. Doesn't he do like capoeira or something?
Get ready, fly!
Look at him, he's like a dance fight guy. He also kind of looks like Wesley Snipes' Demolition Man. I'm just saying. But he doesn't have that cool shirt. Demolition Man. What do you call that? Is that a sports bra? when I picked him.
Get ready, fight!
Too slow for the beat. That's what it said. Wasn't paying attention. No, I want to grapple. Oh, how dare you, sir? That's it. Pad sweeps. Pad sweeps incoming, sir. You done did it this time.
You lose.
これが俺とお前の差だ
Get ready, fight!
I don't know any of the moves. I just know how to smash buttons.
Great!
Why can't I grab him out of the air? Oh, is it autofocus? Autofocus. Maybe that's what the problem is.
Get ready, fight!
That's my grapple move. I just smash your head. Could be a little better. That's really it. That's unfortunate. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Great!
Great.
Winner! Get ready,
I disagree with the grade. Oh, ow! See, look, her grapple move's like real cool.
You lose.
She's mad I smacked her head on the
Get
ground.
ready, fight!
Like this. Oh, what? No, get the hell off me. Grab it. Now smash your head. Just like that. It's great.
Winner! Get ready, fight!
Hey. She just put me into Ric Flair, bro. How dare you? Put me in dang figure 4 leg lock. Hey, did you hear that James Earl Jones died?
Winner!
He was old. He was 97 years old.
Get ready, fight!
Did you open the door? They had water. I gave them water. They had water outside. They had waters aplenty. Did you let them out before you went to work today? I let them out before I left. I figured
Get
you wouldn't
ready,
have time.
fight!
That's such a devastating.
You lose.
いいバイブレーションだ
Get ready, fight!
Uh-oh, is he gonna beat me? He can. I'm kind of done. But, so,
Winner!
as far as 3D games like this go, my favorite is Tekken.
Get ready,
Tekken's the
fight!
best movies. Soul Calibur's probably number 2. Dead or Alive is probably close to the bottom of this game. It's fun, it's fast paced and such. But not my favorite. Just be very good. It's fine. Alright, so that's Soul Calibur, or not Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive, the second one. I don't really want to get into that. That's a long play. And of course, there's Shenmue, which I don't want to start playing Shenmue either. That would be a much longer commitment than I'm willing to make at this time, because that's a pretty. I mean, it's. I don't know why there's so many of them. Apparently, Seaman's in there. I don't know. Seaman is not something you can play in emulation. At least the way that I do it presently, because nothing recognizes a microphone. But that game's weird. Unreal Tournament, that's y'all know that one. Oops. Alright, so Omicron and Nomad Soul. We're gonna talk about this a little bit. I'll play a little bit from my save state, because I started playing this because I heard that David Bowie's in this game, so I'm like, oh, well, I have to play whatever Dreamcast game David Bowie's in. And this game sucks. This game, far and away, really sucks. I don't know if there's like a book or something that's supposed to come with the game, but it's not very straightforward as far as like what you're supposed to do. But the premise is that you're like in the future or something, and your partner died, and you're a policeman, and your partner was a policeman, and they think that you killed him, but you're not arrested for killing him. You're still doing police stuff, and then you have like a girlfriend who's like, I don't know, there's like a sex scene in it, but it's like a video game sex scene where they still have all their clothes on, and it's like there's not really any context as to like why we even needed to have that in the game. But yeah, I'm sure that they were talking this up like it was going to be some incredible, whatever. But I mean, this game sucks. And also, I still haven't found the part where David Bowie is yet, so like, Den was your partner, and then Kal-El is Kale. Kale? His name's Kale, like the leafy green. So these are all police officers in their office, so like let's go to Den's office. I think I'm already on 2, aren't I? Yeah, okay, so Den's office, but I think I need a key to get in there, and the key's like real far away, and I don't know. Like, this game sucks. I don't know. I played it for, I don't know, does it tell you how many hours you played? Somewhere. Maybe in the game it does. Oh, why did I do that? I don't know. I played it for a while. I don't feel like I got very far. I started a bunch of missions. I've died twice. The story just is all over the place, and like it'll have you like go do this thing, and then another mission will like also happen at the same time, and then you have to like go real far away on the map. Let me show you the map. Can I look at the map while I'm in here? Open map. I can't open the map because I'm inside. I don't know, this game sucks. I can't. I'm very disappointed. I just want to play the part that David Bowie's in, because that's interesting. It's another fighting game. Rez is fun. Rez exists on other platforms as well. It came out for PS2 and such. It's like a rhythm game, I guess you'd call it. So which Sonic Adventure should I play? Which Sonic Adventure should I play? 1 or 2? 2, she says. So this is also kind of a landmark title for the Sega Dreamcast.
Story select.
Of course, I'm going to be the hero.
I'm Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog. Some military troops suddenly showed up saying they were looking for me. Looks like they might be taking me for a ride somewhere. Hey,
Remember when
what's this?
Urkel was Sonic's
Handcuffs?
voice?
Wait a minute, what are you talking about?
Urkel
I'm
was
not a
Sonic's
deserter
voice
from
in
any
cartoon.
military facility. I thought it may be some kind of joke.
Yeah, dude.
But this isn't
He was
funny.
Sonic's
I
voice in
got
a
to
bunch
get
of
out of
cartoons,
here.
like multiple iterations of Sonic on cartoon. But then he doesn't do it anymore because he's selling purple Urk. The weed, the purple Urk weed. This light is making my face look like I got a bruise on my face.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south. Block all major roads and capture the suspect.
Did you? You're my snooper though? What, sleeping? Get away from that. Crap. Also, you run into cars and it's just flying. So tell me this doesn't look just like Crazy Taxi from earlier. It's like the same. Oh, I'm actually hitting one of these jumps. Wow. Alright. So when I do these levels, I generally just avoid like all of
Press B button to do a somersault. This comes in handy when you want to break
$100.
a wooden container.
I mean, if you want to use that. It's hard to nail these titles. I was playing this the other day. How do I make them charge up? Get on the railing! I like doing this. I like to just jump off of here so I just fall. Because he's supposed to run. And if you do that just right, you grab the bar. I always die at this part. This song was a sweet, pretty sweet jam. I would say. Oh, dude, where'd he come from? Then he shot. What a jerk. Well, whatever, bye. Oh, that's how you charge up, see? Ew. remember Sega Dreamcast, Darren? Oh, I can't go under there. I didn't hit the save state. Oh, jeez. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's problematic. How am I supposed to see if I'm running into stuff? Dude. Why is it the size of the entire road? Don't you hate that when you're on the highway and a big semi-truck takes up both sides of the highway? Oh, sweet. It's the end of the level.
Yes!
I don't think I got here when I was playing the other day. It is certainly a classic. It's 25 years old today. That's why we're here.
Barely
That's the
made it.
purpose of my live stream. Gingery.
This game of tag is boring. I'm out of here.
I think I played this more in depth.
Finally decided to show up,
Before.
man. Okay, bring it
Squadron
on.
Troop
Because
Bigfoot
there's,
reporting
like,
to
a whole
headquarters.
story for it,
Intruder
too,
has
like,
been
where you, like,
located.
walk around
Copy that.
town, talk to people. That might be the first one. Yeah. I guess that's worth mentioning too, that PS2 and Xbox both played DVDs. PS2 did it out of the box, and Xbox did it with a remote.
no!
Nintendo managed to stay relevant with not having the capability to play DVDs, but also Nintendo really hit the drawing board hard because their next console after the GameCube was the Wii, which was completely different than any other console at that time or even up to that point. And that really revolutionized, I'd say, throughout the late 2000s, early 2010s. Motion gaming was something that all of the different game manufacturers were scrambling to figure out. Because I'll tell you, I have been playing Wii Bowling in emulation, and there's just something that's so much fun about playing just that Wii Sports game. It's like there's nothing else like that even now, and I think that just the simplicity, like if you showed that to somebody, because like my parents had a Wii, and I think that's really speaks to, that is something that was not a generational thing. It was just like, this is something that human beings can get down with and play, and they're simple games, there's complicated games. I remember that might have been the GameCube, actually, I'm thinking of. But they had, like, deep, like, RPG type games. They had horror games. They had all this stuff on there. There was something for you on the Wii, even if you weren't a huge fan. Here's Soul Calibur. I don't think I'm going to play Soul Calibur because I played Dead or Alive, but South Park Rally. This was on multiple consoles also. It's just like a, Mario Kart type of game, but with South Park characters. Space Channel 5. I gotta be honest with you about Space Channel 5. I don't even know what this game is, but I see it and it comes up on the lists, and it's like, this is a game for the Dreamcast. It's a game for the Dreamcast. You gotta have this one. I've probably played it before. Let's find out together. Come along, won't you? It's the Sega Dreamcast, guys. I hope you're ready. It's like some kind of reverse Teletubby. It's like a Among Us before Among Us. Alright, so they're hypnotized by the television, I guess. this like a rhythm game, like a rapper type of situation? New game. I don't know. Very Japanese though in its presentation. Is this gonna explain or?
I found the last survivor from the spaceship accident.
Eh?
You'll be safe now.
Okay. How sweet.
Number 7 reporting from point 2704.
Bro, is he wearing Crocs? How'd they know back then? Okay. Welcome to Spaceport. It's awful small. The size of ships that it's accommodating. It's no Cloud City, that's for sure. Ew, gross. It's like nesting dolls. What? It looks like they're being tickled real bad. Who says that when they're like being killed? Oh! He's just being tickled.
Something's up at Spaceport 9. Apparently aliens have taken hostages and are controlling their bodies. Listen, Ulala, we're taking off by Astrobeat spaceship right now.
I can't hear what they're saying. They're talking pretty fast. So they're dispatching this lady in her spaceship. That's a weird looking spaceship. Oh, that was the back of it? I thought that was the front. Like, what do you do in this game?
Ooh la la, swing and report show.
Lala? Julia? Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Oh, I get it, like the French. Okay, so what do you dance? Minimum view rating. Am I?
Hey there, Space Cats! Ooh la la here, coming at you from Spaceport 9. Tonight I'm investigating reports that aliens have invaded and are forcing people to dance.
All lines are clear,
Yeah,
Ulala.
like-
Let's see what you're made of.
Let's go.
Can I just no?
I've encountered aliens on the main floor, and they've taken
10%.
hostages.
Copy the aliens' moves. Press the buttons with the rhythm. Get on it.
Let's dance!
Yeah, it's a rhythm game.
Right, right,
Use the A button beam when they say Q.
okay. Right, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh no!
Yeah, it's like forever.
That was
forever.
lame.
Except
What are you doing?
controls on the screen, which is making this difficult because this is not correct button setup.
Look out. They're gonna jump out at you. Use the A button beam on the aliens.
Okay,
Which one's they?
let's shoot. Kick, kick, kick.
I did something.
Kick, kick. Kick, kick, kick.
Use the B button to rescue hostages.
All right.
I don't know what the buttons are.
Right. Kick.
All right. Frustration. Yeah, so if I had the actual controller, I'm sure that would be at least a little bit easier. However, rhythm games, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of rhythm games. I suppose if I don't have anything better to do. Well, I wasn't going to play this because it's not like a Dreamcast exclusive game, but since Darren's watching, I'll play King of Fighters, just because it is one of my favorites now. And it's because of him that it is one of my favorites. Just because you showed me the movies. Stink! I don't know why I always say stink when I see that, but to use me. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story about the Neo Geo real quick. Man, I never knew anybody personally who owned a Neo Geo back in the day, or honestly ever. I don't think I've ever met someone who owned a Neo Geo. But, huh? Oh. So, there used to be Montgomery Wards over here, kind of near where I live now, but I didn't live here at the time. But Montgomery Wards did not sell PlayStation or whatever, Nintendo 64. They didn't have that stuff there, but they did sell Neo Geo for some reason. And this was in 2002, maybe, I was there, and they had Neo Geos for sale. Like, every Neo Geo that you could buy. They had the Neo Geo Pocket and the CD and the regular one that took the arcade cartridges and stuff. And I remember, because this was back in the day, so like I didn't know anything about Neo Geo really. So I go in there and I'm like, what the hell are these game systems? I thought they were some knockoff, bootleg, something or other at the Montgomery Ward. And the Montgomery Ward was going out of business. All that stuff was on sale. So if I had known what I was looking at, I could have got a Neo Geo. And it would have been like $50. And those things cost like $1,200. So, you know, you live and you learn, I guess. So, I want Joe Higashi to be the second guy. And he's cool. I just like the main characters, dude. I just be picking all the main characters. Ooh, wait. I like that Steve Buscemi looking dude. Alright. I don't know what the buttons are. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Round one.
What do I... Ooh, it's 3D. Just the backgrounds are 3D, really. Oh, what is this pixely... Why does it look like that? I don't know what the buttons are. There we go, I did one. Oh crap. I don't know why it's all pixely like that. Is that just how it looked? That looks terrible. Oh, come on. Oh, he still keeps the same amount of health. That's what's up. So I'm gonna beat this dude real quick and have to fight the next person, right? Ah, it's been a minute since I played this game.
Round three.
I'll tell you something else, dude. Doing pad sweeps like this has to wreck your controllers. Like, that's only like when I actually am able to pull them off. What's block? Is there a block button? What the hell is that? Oh, I switched people. I got Steve Buscemi in there now. I just like did a run in. Dude. Just die already, would you? Thank you.
Winner.
I'm a winner. I don't know what to do about this thing over here. It wasn't doing that before. Just started doing that today. Come on. How about I just keep doing the same move over and over again? How you like that? You ain't gonna beat up on Joe Higashi like that, bro? Have you not seen my headband? My hand wraps?
Winner.
My little feet things?
Round 5.
Man. Hope I don't regret picking Steve Buscemi because I think we're gonna see him. I think he's gonna make an appearance here. But the pixely though, I don't know why it looks like that. It's really annoying. There you go. Did we both die? Are you serious? Oh no, he won. Bruh, somebody run that back though, because I think we both killed each other at the same time. Call that one a draw. Didn't see Buscemi though. Alright, we're gonna back out of that. Ugh, I'm getting tired. So Zombie Revenge. I don't know what that is. Or why that's on there. So I don't know what that is. But Royal Rumble, on the other hand, is in fact the only WWF wrestling game that was exclusive to the Dreamcast. So I'm going to end my Dreamcast 25-year live stream tribute that I probably walked away from for a total of 30 minutes. Also, it shows the graphic from the NES game, which is pretty cute. But, damn it all. So, this game was made by THQ. It's essentially the SmackDown games from the original PlayStation with a glossy coat of paint. The same paint, a pixely paint, but glossier. Now, keep in mind, okay, this was the same level as, like, you know, or the same generation of consoles as the PlayStation 2. So, PlayStation 2 had the DVD player, but that also meant it had a DVD drive, which could use the multiple layers of information stored on a DVD in a game, whereas the Dreamcast did not have that ability. So all of your games were limited to the size of a regular CD, which is 800 megabytes or something like that. Not huge compared to a DVD that's like 4 gigabytes. So it's almost 5 times larger than your typical CD-based game, which would end up around 600 megabytes or so. So we'll just do... Actually, I've made an error. We're gonna end strong. We're gonna do the damn Royal Rumble. Now, the roster, though. Ladies and gentlemen, on a roster of... Oh, and it's timed? What the hell? D'Lo Brown's on here. And Rikishi. I don't know who was like big. Road Dogg, but no Billy Gunn. You do get X-Pac. We're gonna go back so I can look through this whole roster real quick. Hang on. So we have 9, 10, 13. So there's 16 people on the roster. The roster includes... I'm going back again. I can't. This is so silly. I think this is why this game was not well remembered. You got at the top of the list, the first person available to you is D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown. I mean, no offense to D'Lo Brown, but he was a mid-card guy. It's odd on a roster of. Also, at this point, you're talking like 2000. He was not even. He was on like that show that came on Sundays. Rikishi, yeah. But why you got Rikishi but no Too Cool? Where's the rest of the team? Okay. 2000. So who would be missing from this? Look at the Triple H glamour shot though. Not up there, but in the menu, he's for sure. A Kurt Angle with the hair. Wow. Look at The Rock. He also had hair. He had quite the bulbous bouffant back then. Let's see. Let's see who I should pick them. I'm gonna do a Royal Rumble. How are you gonna have a Royal Rumble game that doesn't even have 30 people you can pick from in it? It's half of a Royal Rumble. Half plus one. It's a Baker's dozen Royal Rumble. What is this? Alright, well, to keep it simple, let's be... Al Snow is why Al Snow. I want to be Al Snow. He's an Ohio guy, just like myself. He's from Lima, which I've come to find out thanks to my wife that is the location. So we went to Lima. That's where Glee was set. And also, not much to see there. At least that was my experience. Leave that in the comments. Alright. So we got Taz Duo, Matt and Jeff Hardy, Edge, and I'm just gonna get up like turnbuckle. Can I do that? Is that allowed? We'll see what happens. That's my strategy. I want to see if we can get two of the same guy. Pretty fun. Oh, Kishi's out. Mr. Taz out. Oh, he's coming after me. Sorry, I was talking shit about you, D.O. God. Knock him out! Knock him out! I did that. They got a really good character. Come on, dude. We got Taz went out. Taz came back. A different Taz. There's the first Edge. Yeah, how are you gonna do a Royal Rumble? 30 people just recycled with people? This game is called Royal Rumble. The point of the game is to do the 30 people. Oh, dude, hang on. Kid stays in the picture. Maybe I'll end up fighting myself if I stay in. Damn it, Godfather. Knock Taz out. Knock Godfather out. Here comes D'Lo. There he goes. Almost. Payback. Oh. So the timer's counting down 1 minute and 30 seconds. I don't see how. Okay, expect you to be able to do this. So I suppose this game would be fun if it was like wrestling game. But by modern standards, this is really not. But I will say too, for the time, I guess it's graphically impressive. Just that it's like I said, it's slapped down with some textures and but I mean, look at Mankind. That looks like crap. Looks like he's wearing a face mask and hair. His hair looks like it's just drawn on his head. But the Godfather's character is weird. It's a shame. It's a shame. Alright, so I'm out. How did two people just win the Royal Rumble? I don't think it works that way. What are they? If I do win 10 matches with work, okay. What if I do versus mode? So are there like different match options? Why do I have a partner? New tag team match? Stone Cold with Edge. I bet that's gonna happen. And then oh, you can't play the computer in that mode, apparently. Okay, well, your exhibition. Still like Stone Cold with Edge. I don't know why. I guess there's a team element to it. So if there's a team element, why isn't the roster just the tag teams? Because there are tag teams that are not in this game. The only old tag team is the Hardy Boys.
Rikishi, you fat sumbitch. Looked like you had too many cheeseburgers.
That's my Stone Cold voice. People seem to like it. It's just me doing an impression of Stone Cold. It's actually an impression of Stone Cold E.T. Don't know who that is. You should probably you're in for a real treat. So, match time limits are apparently 3 minutes. What? Focus on the guy. That he's really hurt. He's really selling this. How do you run? It's really causing me to issue. There's usually a tag team. I like what's going on the top. In my recollection. We got a Big Show with hair. We got Kane with hair. Man. So Rikishi and X-Pac are the team. Why are you trying to grab nothing? What is happening? So, is that the whole selling point of the game? Is let's just put as many people in the ring at a time as we possibly can. It's just for no reason. Like, fucking 5 people just came down to the ring. For no reason. Come on, dude. That, what? Why are we backstage now? Why did that just happen? How did we just teleport back here? And they're dealing with Godfather for some reason. Oh, yeah, let me just beat up on Xbox. Can I pin him back here? Not that I know how to do that. Damn it. Alright, DDT. Go for the pin. You only have enough time to pin him.
Give me a couple hell yes.
These shadows on my face. Look how bad it is. Weird tear. Let me get my beauty right. I don't even care about the game. I'm a detective. Elementary, my dear Watson. Well, I've had about it. You see. So, let's go back to YouTube. Hopefully it's not just playing some random video. Oh, I closed it, so I guess it can't. Well, then I'll go full screen. Too full, too full. Screen's too full. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Alright, well, that's the Sega Dreamcast. I'm sure there are other things that I probably could have said if I'd have thought hard enough about it and written something ahead of time, but I didn't have time to do that. And also, it's just not how I want to do these things, I guess. If I was going to write something, I would probably just make a whole video, so yeah. That's my live stream. I don't know when I'll do another one or what it's going to be about. I keep thinking about doing one making music. I have done live streams before where I would like start making music, but I don't think that the way that I do it really lends itself well to the live stream format, but I give it another shot. I mean, why not? But if you're here, or if you could tuning in after the fact, you know, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody who watches my videos. I don't care if you're subscribed or liked. I mean, that helps the algorithm and so forth, I suppose. But I personally just don't really care. I do this for fun. So, but if you want to give me some money, you know, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to my house full of money, please. So yeah, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. That's my spirit. Oh, look, I can I put it in my hand? No, it won't let me put it in my hand. That's the spirit that inhabits my live streams. I have to figure out why that's doing that. Is it... Oh, it made it worse. I don't know. Later, taters.